Legal challenges in proving liability for motorcycle accident victims. Motorcycle accidents pose significant challenges when it comes to proving liability for the victims involved. These incidents can result from various factors, such as hazardous road conditions, reckless driving, visibility issues, and even vehicle defects. As motorcycle accident victims seek justice and compensation for their injuries, they face several obstacles in establishing fault and negligence. Understanding motorcycle accidents. Motorcycle accidents can have severe consequences, often leading to life-changing injuries and financial burdens for the victims and their families. To better understand how to approach liability in these cases, it is essential to examine the contributing factors to motorcycle accidents. Speeding, tailgating, and other aggressive behaviors on the road can lead to devastating collisions with motorcyclists, who are more vulnerable than other vehicle occupants. Additionally, hazardous road conditions and poor infrastructure can create dangers for motorcyclists, such as uneven roads, potholes, and debris. Due to the relatively smaller size of motorcycles compared to other vehicles, they can be easily overlooked by drivers, increasing the risk of accidents. Moreover, defects in motorcycle parts or manufacturing errors can also contribute to accidents. Mechanical failures in critical components like brakes or tires can lead to sudden and unexpected accidents, making it challenging to prove liability. The role of negligence in motorcycle accidents. In personal injury cases, proving negligence is a fundamental aspect of determining liability. For motorcycle accident victims, establishing negligence requires demonstrating four essential elements. The first element is the duty of care, which refers to the legal obligation of all drivers to operate their vehicles responsibly and safely. When a driver fails to fulfill this duty, they may be held liable for any resulting accidents and injuries. The second element is the breach of duty, which occurs when a driver's actions deviate from the expected standard of care. The third element is causation, which requires establishing a direct link between the driver's breach of duty and the resulting accident. This means demonstrating that the driver's negligent actions directly caused the motorcycle accident and subsequent injuries. Lastly, the fourth element is damages, which refers to the harm suffered by the motorcycle accident victim. This can include physical injuries, emotional trauma, medical expenses, lost wages, and other economic and non-economic losses. Comparative negligence and its impact. In jurisdictions that follow the principle of comparative negligence, fault is apportioned among the parties involved based on their respective contributions to the accident. This means that even if the motorcyclist is partially responsible for the crash, they may still be entitled to some degree of compensation. Comparative negligence ensures a fair distribution of liability, taking into account the actions of all parties. Challenges in establishing liability. One of the significant challenges is the bias against motorcyclists. This bias can influence jurors, insurance adjusters, and even law enforcement, making it difficult for victims to be seen as innocent parties. Furthermore, motorcycle accidents often occur in isolated areas with few or no witnesses. This lack of witnesses can create difficulties in reconstructing the accident and determining fault accurately. Additionally, victims may encounter prejudice and stereotyping from insurance companies or the other parties involved. This can lead to attempts to shift blame onto the motorcyclist, even when they were not at fault. Moreover, some states follow comparative negligence rules, which means that if the victim is found partially responsible for the accident, their compensation may be reduced proportionately. The burden of proof in motorcycle accident cases. In motorcycle accident cases, the burden of proof lies with the plaintiff, the injured party. The plaintiff must demonstrate that the defendant, the at-fault party, acted negligently and that this negligence directly caused the accident and injuries. Meeting the burden of proof requires presenting convincing evidence, expert testimony, and legal arguments to persuade the court that the defendant is liable for the accident and should be held accountable for the victim's damages. Conclusion. Proving liability in motorcycle accidents requires a comprehensive understanding of the complexities involved and the ability to navigate the legal challenges effectively. Motorcycle accident victims should seek the assistance of experienced attorneys who can guide them through the process and advocate for their rights. By taking proactive measures to prevent accidents and understanding their legal options, victims can pursue fair compensation and begin the journey toward recovery. Given the complexity of motorcycle collision lawsuits, hiring an experienced attorney is crucial. A knowledgeable attorney can navigate the legal complexities, gather evidence, and represent the injured party's best interests. Many motorcycle collision attorneys work on a contingency fee basis, meaning they only receive payment if the case is successful. Settlement negotiations can result in an agreement that avoids a lengthy trial and provides compensation to the injured party. If a settlement cannot be reached, the case may proceed to trial, where evidence will be presented, and a judge or jury will determine liability. FAQs. How long does it typically take to resolve a motorcycle accident case? The duration of a motorcycle accident case can vary significantly based on various factors, including the complexity of the case and the willingness of the parties to reach a settlement. Some cases may be resolved within a few months, while others might take years. Can I still file a claim if the accident was partially my fault? Yes, you may still be able to file a claim even if the accident was partially your fault. Many states follow a comparative negligence system, allowing you to seek compensation even if you were partly responsible for the accident. What kind of damages can I recover in a motorcycle accident case? In a motorcycle accident case, you may be eligible to recover various damages, including medical expenses, lost wages, property damage, pain and suffering, and in some cases, punitive damages. How can I find a reliable motorcycle accident attorney? To find a reliable motorcycle accident attorney, consider seeking referrals from friends or family, checking online reviews, and conducting interviews with potential lawyers to assess their experience and track record in handling similar cases. Is it essential to wear a helmet while riding a motorcycle? Wearing a helmet is highly recommended as it significantly reduces the risk of head injuries and fatalities in the event of an accident. In many jurisdictions, wearing a helmet is also mandatory by law.